Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another night of Bible basketball. Welcome to another night of Bible basketball. Come on in so we can get started on our Bible basketball. I hope everyone is doing all right this evening. Come on in and join us for a night of Bible basketball. A lot going on in our world, but that's all right. We're here. We thank the Lord. We are here for another night of Bible basketball. In and out, things going on, but that's all right. God is still good. Good evening to my classmate, Not. God bless you, Not. Good to see you this evening. God bless you, my sister. Good to see you. All right. So we're gonna give a few minutes for everyone to come on in, get on out on this basketball court. Don't be scared to get on the court. Don't be scared to play a little Bible basketball. Don't be scared. Hello, Sister Glenzie. God bless you, Sister Glenzie Commons. Good to see you this evening. Good. God bless you to our first lady, my beautiful wife. God bless you this evening. My cousin Shirley, God bless you, cousin Shirley. Good to see you this evening. My nurse Ashley, God bless you, Ashley. Good to see you this evening, Ashley. God bless you. All right. We're going to get ready to get started with our questions this evening. Sister Lisa Jones. God bless you, Sister Lisa Jones. Good to see you this evening. God bless you. And I look forward to working with you and your friend in Pakistan. So when y'all get it all together, because that language barrier thing kind of messes up our communication. So, but you have talked to him many times, so I'm not against spreading the word wherever I can. It don't matter. Jesus said, "Go ye into all nations." So I'm here to spread the word. So y'all work it out, and I will bring the word. All right. So y'all ready to get started with some Bible basketball this evening? Then we're going to bring up our questions and we're going to get ready to head down the court. And our questions this evening is coming from Acts chapter 9. Acts chapter 9. And that's what we have been dealing with in our morning service. And so we're going to look at the road to Damascus tonight and play a little Bible basketball on the road to Damascus. So y'all get ready to come on out on the court as we bring up our first question. Let's get ready to head down the court. Get ready. So here comes our first question. He says, Saul requested letters from the high priest that he might do this to any disciple he found. A, bind and bring them to Jerusalem. B, kill them. C, release them from prison. D, tax them. What did he want to do? Bind them, kill them, release them, tax them. And that go cousin Shirley took off down the court. She said bind them. And she passes the ball to the first lady. The first lady go between her leg and behind her back. And she passed and she got it stolen by Ashley. Ashley said, kill them. Ashley takes off down the court the other way. Ashley said, oh, Saul wanted to kill them. But the first lady steal it from Ashley and go back to them and say, hey, no, it's A, bind them. Down the court, she go between her leg, and here come Ashley. Ashley gets with the first lady, and she passes it back and forth between the first lady and Ashley. Down the court they go with bound them. Saul wanted to bind them. She passes it to cousin Shirley. Cousin Shirley passes it to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie go between her leg behind her back. She is determined as she takes off down the court. Is this a slam dunk? As Sister Glenzie go between her leg and she passes it to Sister Not Candace. Sister Not passes it back to Sister Glenzie, who passes it to Sister Lisa Jones. Sister Lisa Jones passes to Ashley. Ashley coming in for the slam. Is that a slam dunk? Yes, it is. That is a slam dunk. Amen. Hello, Sister Monica Chatwood. God bless you. Good to see you this evening, Sister Monica. Way to slam it on that one there. All right, let's get ready to head down the court with the next question. Next question says, when the light shone from heaven, Saul what? A, fled. B, fell to the earth. C, began to weep. D, rejoice. What did Saul do when the light shone from heaven? He ran, he fell, he wept, he rejoiced. We're gonna talk off down the court, and there goes the first lady. Say he fell. Down the court she goes with fell to the earth, and she passes it to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie takes off gold between her legs behind her back with fell to the earth. She is determined, but Ashley steals it from her and said, no, they rejoice. Down the court, Ashley goes the other direction with rejoice. The Sister Glenn just steals it right back with B. No, fell to the earth. B fell to the earth down the court. Sister Glenn go between her legs behind her back, and she passes to Sister Knott. Sister Knott passes it down the court back to Sister Glenn, who passes it to Sister Monica. Sister Monica passes it to Sister Lisa, who passes it to the First Lady. First Lady said, B fell to the earth. Down the court, she passes it to Cousin Shirley. And here come Ashley. Ashley get with him with B fell to the earth. As the seconds tick on the clock, is this a slam dunk? Fell to the earth. Is that correct? Is that correct? That is correct. They fell to the earth. Way to slam it on that one there. Flying 360 slam. All right, let's get ready to head down the court with our next question. He said, who answered Paul when he fell to the earth? Who answered Saul? A, the soldiers. B, Jesus. C, an angel. D, Peter. Who answered? There go our First Lady, takes off down the court, and she said it was Jesus. Down the court she go with Jesus, and is this a slam dunk? Is somebody going to steal it from him? She passes it to Cousin Shirley. Down the court they go with B, Jesus. Down the court, and she passed it back to the First Lady, who passed it to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie passes it to Sister Knott. Sister Knott passes it back to Cousin Shirley, who passed it to Sister Glenzie, who passes it to Sister Monica. Sister Monica passes it back to Sister Glenzie. Ashley steals it and goes the other way with C, an angel. Down the court, Ashley go with C, but Sister Glenzie steals it right back and said, no, it was B. Down the court, she passes to Cousin Shirley. Hello, good evening, Pastor White. We're praying for you. Don't you let that old Pastor White say he ain't letting no COVID-19 get him down. He getting out on that court too. Michael Jordan ain't gonna beat him. Michael Jordan played sick. Pastor say he can play sick too. Good evening, Pastor. We praying for you. Cast that old demon out. Down the court, Pastor go with B with Jesus, and he passes it to Sister Glenzie, back to Sister Knott, who passes it back to Sister Glenzie, to the pastor, to Sister Glenzie, and the pastor going back down, forth down the court, and they passes it to the First Lady, back to Sister Glenzie, to the pastor, to Cousin Shirley, to the pastor. Here come Ashley again with C. But no, the pastor said, no, Ashley, it's B. Down the court, the pastor go between the legs behind his back, and he passes it. He said, good evening, Charlotte. Charlotte, I don't see Charlotte. Okay, good evening, Charlotte. She's watching. God bless you, Charlotte Sharks. Good evening to you. I don't see her. All right, down the court, Pastor White goes, and he is determined. As the pastor goes down the court, and he passes it. Ashley gets with him. Ashley gets with the pastor, and she passes it back to the pastor. Is this a slam dunk with Jesus? Is this a slam dunk with Jesus? That is correct. Way to slam it on that one there. Flying 360 slam. Amen. All right, let's get ready to head down the court with the next question. So how many days was Saul without sight? Was it A, 3, B, 7, C, 10, or D, 13? How many days was he blind? 3, 7, 10, 13. Who gonna take off down the court first on this one? And here goes our First Lady with 3. Down the court she goes double between her legs and behind her back with 3. Is she careless or what? And she passes it to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie go behind her back and passes it to Sister Kennedy. Sister Kennedy back to Sister Glenzie, who go behind her back and passes it to Sister Monica. Sister Monica takes off down the court and passes it back to Sister Glenzie, who passes it to Cousin Shirley. Cousin Shirley passes it back to Sister Glenn, who go behind her back and passes it to the pastor. Pastor go between his leg back to Sister Glenn, who passes it to Sister Kennedy, back to the pastor. He go between his leg behind his back and passes it to Sister Lisa Jones, who passes it back to the pastor to Sister Kennedy. Down the court, Sister Kennedy goes and she goes and passes it to the pastor. Back and forth, they go down the court. And they got it stolen by Ashley. Ashley says C. It was 10. But now the pastor said, no, Ashley, it's A. 3. Down the court, the pastor go with A, and he is determined to keep it from Ashley. He said, no, it was A. And here comes the first lady. She said it was 3. A. Down the court, the first lady goes with A, and she passes it to Cousin Shirley. Down the court, Cousin Shirley goes with A with 3. Is this a slam dunk with 3? As the seconds tick on the clock, is this a slam dunk? Is this a slam dunk? As the seconds tick on the clock. That is correct. It is 3. Way to slam it on that one there. All right, let's get ready to head down the court with the next question. Next question says, when this man laid his hands on Saul, he received his sight and was filled with the Holy Ghost. What man? A, Barnabas, B, Peter, C, John, D, Ananias. What man laid his hand on Saul and he received his sight? Who gonna take off down the court first on this? Was it Barnabas, Peter, John, Ananias? Who gonna take off down the court? Slamming and jamming. All right, that's all right. Down the court, the first lady goes with Ananias, and she passes it to Cousin Shirley. Down the court, Cousin Shirley and the first lady go with D, and they passes it to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie takes off down the court and between her leg, behind her back with D, and they passes it to Ashley. Ashley takes off down the court and go between her leg and passes it to Cousin Shirley. Cousin Shirley passes it back to Sister Glenzie. Down the court, Sister Glenzie going between her leg and behind her back, and she passes it to Sister Knott Kennedy. Dot go down the court, and she's heading down the court pretty fast, back and forth between her and Sister Glenzie. And then all of a sudden, here come Ashley, changed up on them. Ashley said A, B. It's Barnabas. Then here comes Sister Kennedy, steals it back from Ashley and go down the court with D. And Ashley say, I mean D. Down the court, Ashley goes with D too. Down the court, she's going with D, and she passes it to Cousin Shirley. As the seconds tick on the clock, here comes the pastor. Seconds are tick, the pastor comes in and passes it back to Cousin Shirley to the first lady. Down the court, the seconds tick. As the second tick, is this a slam dunk? As the pastor comes in, is it a slam dunk with D? That is correct. It is D. Way to slam it on that one now. Flying 360 slam. All right, let's head on down the court with the next question. Said, after Saul began to preach, Christ is the Son of God, the Jews sought to do what? What did they sought to do to him after he began to preach? A, imprison him. B, convert. C, kill him. D, learn from him. What did they seek to do after he began to preach Christ, the Son of God? Imprison, be converted, kill him, or learn from him. We're going to take off down the court, and there goes our first lady right away. She said, kill him. And she passes it to the pastor with kill him. Down the court, the pastor goes between his legs, behind his back with kill him. As he goes down the court and he going between the leg and spinning and got it stole by Ashley. Ashley goes the other way with learn from him. Down the court, Ashley goes with learn, but here comes Cousin Shirley, steals it from Ashley and passes it right away to Sister Glenzie coming, who passes it to Knott. Knott go down the court with C. She passes it to Cousin Shirley with C. Down the court, Cousin Shirley passes it to Sister Glenzie, who passes it to Sister Lisa Jones, who goes with C. Down the court, she passes it back to Cousin Shirley to the pastor. The pastor is determined to slam it with C. Down the court, he goes and he passes it to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie passed it to Ashley. Ashley turned and went with him. Ashley passed it back to the pastor, who passed it to Sister Knott, who passed it to Sister Glenzie. Seconds are ticking. Is this a slam dunk from Sister Glenzie? As she takes off down the court, she's spinning and around, and she goes in the air. Is this a slam dunk with C? Kill him. That is a slam dunk. Way to slam it on that one there. Flying 360 slam. All right, let's get ready to head down the court with the next question. Next question says, when the disciples were afraid of this Saul, this man took him to the apostles. The apostles were afraid of him. The disciples were afraid. What man took Saul to them? A. Ananias, B. Barnabas, C. Peter, D. Philip. Who was it? Was it A. Ananias, B. Barnabas, C. Peter, D. Philip? And down the court, first lady goes with Barnabas. She go between her leg behind her back with Barnabas, and she passes it to the pastor, who go between his leg behind his back with Barnabas. Down the court, he passes it to cousin Shirley, back to the pastor. He goes down the court with Barnabas. As he spins around, he passes it to Sister Monica. Sister Monica spins around, heads off down the court, go between her leg and passes it to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie go between her leg behind her back and passes it to Sister Knott. Sister Knott passes it right back to Sister Glenzie, who spins around and takes off down the court. She is flying down the court, back and forth. Her and Sister Knott takes off down the court, and they passes it to Ashley B. Down the court, Ashley spinning and going between her legs with B. Look at her handle that ball. She's going in for the slam. As the seconds tick on the clock, she passes to an alley hoop to the pastor. Is this a slam dunk? That is correct. It is B. Way to slam it on that now. Nice alley hoop. Nice alley hoop. All right, let's get ready to head on down the court with the next question. Said, Peter healed this man who had been sick of the palsy 8 years. What man? A. Barnabas, B. Roger, C. Ananias, D. Reuben. What man? Barnabas, Roger, Ananias, or Reuben? Who did Peter heal that was sick for 8 years? Down the court, our first lady goes. She goes with Ananias. Down the court, she goes with Ananias between her legs and behind her back. She said it was C, Ananias. Down the court, the first lady goes with C. Is she got to go by herself? She's all alone. She's spinning around. She's ducking defenders, and she passes it behind her back to cousin Shirley. Cousin Shirley spins around, takes off down the court. She going around defenders, and she passes it to Sister Candy. Sister Candy takes off around the defenders and passes it to the pastor, who passes it to cousin Shirley, back to the pastor. Down the court, he passes it to Sister Knott. Sister Knott passes it to cousin Shirley. Down the court, they're going, spinning around, back and forth with C, Ananias. Is that correct? As the seconds are ticking on the clock, anybody see anything different as she speeds down the court? Is it Ananias? Is it Ananias? As the seconds tick on the clock, is this a flying 360? That is correct. It is Ananias. Way to slam it on that one there. Flying 360 from that alley hoop. All right, let's get ready to take off down the court with the next question. Too late, Ashley. It was C on that one. All right, here we go with our next question. It said, Peter prayed and this woman was raised from the dead. What woman? A, Tabitha. B, Deborah. C, Martha. D, Dana. All right. What woman was raised from the dead? Tabitha, Deborah, Martha, or Dinah? There goes the first lady, takes off with A. Maybe Ashley saw that before everybody else. A. Down the court, the first lady goes with A, and she passes to cousin Shirley with A. Behind her back, and she doubles back with A. And she passes it to Sister Lisa Jones. Down the court she goes, spinning and turning between defenders. Is they going to catch her as she speeds off down the court? And she passes it to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie spins around and passes it to Sister Monica. Sister Monica passes it back to Sister Glenzie as she spins and goes down the court, and she passes it to Sister Knott. Back to Sister Glenzie, who passes it cousin Shirley, back to Sister Glenzie. She spins around and passes it back to cousin Shirley, back and forth. They go between Sister Glenzie and cousin Shirley, and they passes it to Sister Knott, back to cousin Shirley as she spin around and go between defender. Is this another slam dunk? Is this another slam dunk as the seconds are ticking on the clock? Is it A, Tabitha? Is this a slam dunk with A, Tabitha? Is it a slam dunk? That is correct. Way to slam it on that one there. It was an alley hoop to a flying 360 slam. Way to slam it on that one there. All right, let's get ready to head on down the court with the next question. That was a slam. Peter tarried many days in Joppa with this tanner. What was the name of this tanner he tarried with? A, Samuel. B, Cornelius. C, Simon. D, Fred. What was the name of the guy that Peter tarried many days with in Joppa? Samuel, Cornelius, Simon, or Fred. Who gonna take off down the court? And that go cousin Shirley took off down the court with Simon. Down the court, she going with C with Simon, and she passes it to Sister Glenzie. And Sister Glenzie got it stolen by Ashley. Ashley takes off down the court the other way with B, with Cornelius down the court. Alley go with B, but here come First Lady steals it and said, no, it was C, Simon. And she passes it back to Sister Glenzie, back to the First Lady to Sister Glenzie. Back and forth, they going back and forth down the court between the First Lady and Sister Glenzie. She's going between her legs, spinning around. She passes it to Sister Knott. Sister Knott passes it back to Sister Glenzie, back to Sister Knott. They going back and forth. And they passes it to cousin Shirley. Back and forth. Now Ashley gets with them. She said it was C. Ashley spins around the defenders and passes it to the pastor, who goes between the leg behind his back and passes it back to cousin Shirley, who passes it to Sister Knott. Sister Knott passes it back to cousin Shirley to the pastor. Pastor spins around between his leg behind his back. He's going between defenders. He is determined. Is this a slam dunk? Ashley comes in and she takes it from the pastor. As she goes in, he alley hoops to her. Is this a slam dunk? Is this a slam dunk? As the seconds tick on the clock, is C correct? That is correct. Way to slam it on that one now. Alley hoop to a flying 360 slam dunk. Way to slam it on that one now. All right, let's get ready to head down the court. That brings our first half to an end. That brings our first half to an end. So you guys get you a quick drink of water, sit down and get you a quick rest as we get ready to prepare for our second half. We're going to be in this same book of Acts, and we're going to go to chapter 22 of Acts, which is still dealing with the road to Damascus. And here in 22, Paul is explaining in more detail what happened in Acts 9. He's going more into detail to explain to the people all about himself and how his coming about becoming a disciple and apostle of Christ came about. So Acts 22 we're going to go to as you guys get you a quick water break or whatever you drinking. Get you a quick drink as we get ready to start this second half. They done dusted off the court. The court is shining and ready to go. So we're getting ready to pull up our questions for our second half. Here comes our first question of the second half. It says, Paul spoke to the people in this tongue. What was the tongue he spoke in? A, Hebrew. B, Greek. C, Italian. Or D, Egyptian. Who's going to take off down the court in this second half? Who's going to take off first? What tongue did he speak in? A, Hebrew. B, Greek. C, Italian. Or D, Egyptian. Who taking off down the court? And that goes our first lady said it was A, Hebrew. Down the court, she passes to cousin Shirley, who passed to the pastor. With A, it was Hebrew. Down the court, the pastor go between the legs behind his back with A, with Hebrew. And he passes it to Sister Monica. Sister Monica go between her legs. She's going between defenders, and she passes it back to the pastor. Down the court, the pastor passes it between his legs, and he passes it to Ashley. Ashley takes off. She spins around and passes it to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie takes off down the court between her legs and behind her back. Look at her go. And she passes it to Sister Kennedy. Sister Kennedy, not Kennedy, takes off down the court, spinning around like her days when she was a cheerleader on that court. She's spinning and jumping like a cheerleader. Down the court she goes and she passes it to Ashley. Down the court, Ashley goes between her leg behind her back. Can they catch her? They trying to take the ball from her, but she ain't letting them take the ball. Go, Ashley, go. Go, Ashley. Is it the Hebrew? Or does somebody see something different as the seconds are ticking on the clock? Are we all in agreement that it was the Hebrew tongue? Is it the Hebrew tongue? As she coming in for the slam, is this a slam dunk? Is it the Hebrew? That is correct. It is the Hebrew tongue Flying 360 slam on that one there. Way to slam it. Let's get ready to head down the court with our next question. Next question said, Paul said he was blank. He was A, Greek, B, Egyptian, C, a Jew, D, an Amorite. Paul said he was what? Which one was it? He a Greek, an Egyptian, a Jew, Amorite? Who gonna take off down the court? And there go cousin Shirley said Jew, and she passes it to the first lady with Jew. Down the court, they going back and forth with Jew. Is this a slam dunk with Jew as the first lady and cousin Shirley go down the court with Jew, and they pass it to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie got it stolen by Ashley. Ashley said, no, B, Egyptian, down the court. But Sister Glenzie steals it right back with C. With a Jew down the court, she go with C with a Jew, and she passed the cousin Shirley back to Sister Glenzie to the first lady. First lady says C. Down the court, she go with C, and she passes Sister Glenzie, who passes it to Sister Not Candy. Sister Not Candy passes it to Sister Monica. Down the court, Sister Monica goes, and she passes it to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie go between her leg behind her back and pass it to Not. Not go between her leg and pass it back to Sister Glenzie, who passes it to the pastor. The pastor go between the leg and pass it back to Sister Glenzie, who go between her leg and back and forth. Her and the pastor go, and here come Ashley gets with him. She said, yeah, I think it is C. Down the court, she passes to Sister Not back to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie passes to Sister Lisa Jones. She go between defenders. She spins around and passes to Sister Glenzie back to Sister Not to the pastor. But Ashley changed and said, no, I think it's B. She went back to B. Down the court, is they going to catch Ashley as the seconds are ticking on the clock? Here come the pastor. He caught her. And then Ashley turned and got with the pastor and passed it to Sister Not. Is this a slam dunk? That is correct. It is C. It is C. Way to slam it on that one there. Flying 360 slam. All right. Let's get ready to head down the court with the next question. Next question said, Paul was on his way here when the great light shone around him. He was on his way A, to Jericho, B, to Samaria, C, to Judea, D, to Damascus. Where was Paul on his way to? Who gonna take off down the court first on this? Jericho. Where? I go, the first lady takes off and said it was Damascus. Down the court, she goes with Damascus, and she passes in between her legs to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie go between her leg behind her back. She is determined, and she passes it to the pastor back to Sister Glenzie. And the pastor going back and forth. Down the court they go. He spins around, go between the leg. He is determined. Ain't nobody going to catch him. Don't be careless with that ball. And the pastor passes it to Ashley. Ashley passes it back to the pastor, who passes it to Sister Not. Sister Not passes it to cousin Shirley, back to Sister Not. Sister Not speeds down that court. Down that court she goes, running, spinning, and flipping like she used to do when she was a cheerleader back at Wynn High School. Go on, Not, you go head on. She handling that ball. Can y'all catch that sister? Down the court she goes with D, with Damascus. Is this a slam dunk with D, Damascus? And here come the pastor coming in. He's going to slam it for him. Is this a slam dunk? That is correct. It is D, Damascus. Way to slam it. Flying 360 slam on that one there. All right, let's get ready to head down the court with our next question. Next question said, the voice asked Saul, why do you do this to me? Why do you do what to me? A, weary me. B, worship me. C, persecute me. D, question me. Which one of these did the voice ask Saul? Why do you weary me, worship me, persecute me, or question me? And there go the first lady, takes off down the court with persecute me. Why do you C, persecute me? And pastor, she passes it to the pastor, back to the first lady, who passes it to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie passes it back to the pastor, to the first lady, back to Sister Glenzie, to the pastor, back to Sister Glenzie. Down the court, she spins around down the court and passes it to Sister Lisa Jones. Sister Lisa Jones goes between the defenders and passes it to cousin Shirley. Cousin Shirley spins around and passes it back to Sister Glenzie, who passes it to the pastor, back to cousin Shirley, who passes it to Not. Not is determined. She said, yeah, persecute me. Why do you persecute me? And here come Ashley. Say she got it too. It's C, persecute me. Down the court, Ashley spins around, go between her legs, She is determined to slam it. Is this a slam dunk with persecute me as she passes it back to Sister Knott? Sister Knott is determined. Seconds are ticking on the clock as Sister Knott goes in for the slam dunk. Is this a slam dunk? Why do you persecute me? Is this a slam dunk? That is correct. Why do you persecute me? Flying 360 slam on that one there. All right, let's get ready to head down the court with the next question. Say, who did the voice identify himself as? Who was this voice? A, Satan. B, Paul. C, Jesus. D, Moses. Who was this voice? Satan, Paul, Jesus, Moses. Down the court, the first lady says it was Jesus, and she passes it to Cousin Shirley. Back and forth, they go down the court with Jesus. As they speed down the court, here comes the defenders, but they passes it to Pastor White. The defender goes around and tries to take it from the pastor, and he passes it to Sister Glenzie, who passes it to Sister Knott. She passes it back to Sister Glenzie, to the pastor, back to Sister Glenzie, who passes it to Sister Knott, to the pastor. Pastor go between the leg, passes Sister Lisa Jones. Here come the defenders after her, and she passes it to Sister Glenzie. She passes it to Sister Ashley. Ashley passes it to Sister Glenzie, who passes it to the First Lady, who passes it to Sister Monica. Here come the defenders after her, and she passes it to Sister Knott. Sister Knott spins around and passes to Sister Glenzie. The defenders are coming at her, and she's spinning, going between the leg behind her back, and passes it to the pastor. And here come the defenders, and then he passes it back to Sister Glenzie, who passes it to Sister Ashley. Ashley takes off down the court, spinning. The defenders are all over her. They might take the ball from her. Is she going to get her some help as the seconds are ticking on the clock? Is this a slam dunk? Can she make it through all of them defenders? Is it Jesus? Is it Jesus? That is correct. Way to slam it on that one there. It is Jesus. Way to slam it on that one now. Flying 360 slam. All right. Let's get ready to head down the court with our next question. Next question said, they that were with Paul saw the light, but blank. They saw the light, but A, were not surprised. B, didn't hear the voice. C, weren't afraid. D, wouldn't admit it. Way to slam it, Ashley. They wouldn't admit it. What happened? A, they was not surprised. D, didn't hear the voice. C, wasn't afraid or wouldn't admit it. What did they say there? What was the answer here? We're going to take off down the court, and they say they heard no voice. All right, didn't hear the voice down the court. They go with didn't hear the voice. First lady takes off down the court, and she passes to Sister Glenzie, who spins around and passes to the pastor. Pastor spins around, turns it back to Sister Glenzie, back to the pastor. They going back and forth down the court, and they pass it to Ashley. Ashley takes off down the court and passes it back to Sister Glenzie, who passes it to Sister Knott. Down the court, back and forth, Sister Knott and the pastor going back and forth down the court, and they pass it to the First Lady. Down the court, she passes it back to the pastor, to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie go between the leg, back to the pastor, to Sister Knott. They going down the court, and here come the defenders, and she passes it to Sister Glenzie. The defenders surround Sister Glenzie, and she spins around. As they're going to take her the ball, she spins and go between the leg behind her back, and she passes it to Cousin Shirley. Cousin Shirley passes it to the pastor, who passes it to Sister Glenzie. The defenders are all over her. She's spinning. They all around her. Is she going to lose the ball or what? As the defenders are all around her, she passes it to Sister Knott, back to Sister Glenzie, to Sister Knott, and she passes it to Ashley. Ashley spinning around. The defenders come after her. They reaching at that ball. They're reaching. The referee ain't calling no kind of fouls or anything as they are hitting her and pushing her and everything. Is this a slam dunk? As she goes between the defenders, and they say it's shoot it, Ashley. They shoot it, and she shoots it. Is this a 360 shooting, flying 360? That is correct. Ashley shoots it, and it's a good shot. Good shot. Way to hit that one, Ashley. Flying 360 on that one. All right, let's get ready to head down the court with our next question. Say, after Paul saw the light, he could not do this. He couldn't do what after he saw the light? A, speak. B, see. C, hear. D, walk. He couldn't do what after he saw the light? Speak, see, hear, walk, what? And there goes our first lady down the court with C. She doubled between her leg behind her back, and the defenders surround her, and she passes it to cousin Shirley. The defenders surround cousin Shirley, and she passes it to Sister Glenzie. The defenders surround Sister Glenzie, she passes it to Sister Monica. Sister Monica spins around and passes it right back to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie takes off down the court, but here come the defenders, and she passes it to Sister Knott. Sister Knott passes it to the pastor, back to Sister Glenzie, who passes it to Sister Monica, back to the pastor, to Sister Glenzie, who spins around back to the pastor, who passes it to Ashley. Ashley takes off down the court. Here come the defenders surrounding her, and she passes it to Sister Knott, back to the pastor. Defenders all around the pastor pushing him and everything. Somebody knocked him down, but here comes Sister Knott, gets the ball before it gets away, and she takes off down the court. And here come the defenders trying to take the ball from her. They hitting her, they pushing her, and she passes it to Ashley right away. They surround Ashley. Ashley spins around. She's spinning around. Can she get the ball to the hoop? They all around her. Is this a slam dunk, or will they take it away from her? The defenders are all around her. Can she make it to the hoop? Is this a slam dunk as the seconds are ticking on the clock? And as the defenders pushed her, she passed to the pastor. And that's a slam dunk. That's a slam dunk right at the last second. The pastor got in there and helped her out. Way to slam it on that one there. Let's head on down the court with our next question. We said, this man came to Paul and he was healed. What man came to Paul and was healed? A, Ananias. B, Gamaliel. C, Gaius. D, Reductor. Which one of those came to Paul and was healed? Ananias, Gamaliel, Gaius, Reductor. And there go our first lady, takes off down the court, and she said, and it was Ananias. And she passes it to the pastor. Pastor spins around. Here come the defenders. They all around the pastor. He's spinning. He's going between his legs. Is he going to lose the ball or what? They spinning. They pushing him, and he passes it right away to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie takes off down the court between her leg and behind her back. They surrounds her, and she passes it to Ashley, back to Sister Glenzie. She speeds off and passes it to Sister Knott, back to Sister Glenzie, back to Sister Knott. Back and forth, they go down the court between Sister Glenzie and Sister Knott, and they pass it to cousin Shirley, back to Sister Knott, to Sister Glenzie. But here come the defenders. They spent around us, around her, and she passed it right away to Ashley. Ashley passes it to Sister Knott. She spins around, takes off down the court. Down the court she goes. And she takes off down the court. She's spinning around, jumping around like a cheerleader. She's going to lose that ball. Cheerleaders don't play basketball, but she said, yes, we do. Down the court, she going with that ball. Is this a slam dunk? As the seconds are ticking on that clock, they're coming at her. They're surrounding her. They swiping at her. They're pushing her. Is this a slam dunk with Ananias? That is correct. Way to slam it on that one there. Flying 360 slam on that one there. All right, let's get ready to head down the court with our next question. Next question says, when the blood of this matriarch was shed, Paul was consenting. When the blood of this matriarch was shed, Paul was consenting. When the blood of this man, whatever how you say that word, he was consenting. Was it A, James, B, Peter, C, John the Baptist, or D, Stephen? And there go our first lady down the court right away. She said it was Stephen. Paul was consenting when they were be stoning Stephen. Down the court, she go with Stephen. She passes it to the pastor, who passed the cousin Shirley back to the pastor. He go between the leg behind his back as he determined with Stephen. But here come Ashley steals and said it was Peter. Down the court, she go with Peter, but here comes Sister Glenzie, steals it from her, go between her leg and said, no, it was D, Ashley's D. And she passed it to Sister Knott, back to Sister Glenzie, who is determined. Back and forth, they go down the court between Sister Glenzie and Sister Knott. Down the court, they going back and forth, and Ashley gets with him. Is down the court is Martyr, my wife said. Help this old country boy with his talking. She sent a text. He pronounced it Martyr. When the blood of this martyr was shed. Okay, thank you. It was a martyr. All right, down the court goes Ashley, and she passes it to cousin Shirley. Cousin Shirley passes to Sister Knott. Sister Knott passes back to cousin Shirley. Cousin Shirley spins around down the court, but here comes the defenders. They surrounded her. She can't get it to nobody. They swiping her. They pushing her. She spins and gets it to Ashley. Ashley takes off down the court. Down the court, Ashley goes, and she spins and takes off down the court. Down the court. Is this a slam dunk? And she passed it to the pastor, but they swiping at the pastor. Is this a slam dunk with Steven? Here come cousin Shirley. Cousin Shirley make it in. They surrounded her and she passed it back to the pastor. Is this a slam dunk? Is this a slam dunk? That is correct. It is Steven. Flying 360 slam on that one now. Way to slam it on that one. Let's get ready to head down the court with the next question. Next question said the Centurion and the chief captain were afraid after they knew that Paul was what? A Jew, B, a Roman, C, a prophet, D, an apostle. The Centurion and the captain became afraid when they knew Paul was what? A Jew, a Roman, a prophet, an apostle. Who gonna take off down the court first on this one here? What did they become afraid? And that go cousin Shirley said they found out he was a Roman. Down the court she go with Roman, and she passes it to Ashley. Ashley passes it to the first lady. Down the court, they go down the court. But here come the defenders. They've surrounded the first lady, and she passes it right away to the pastor. Down the court, the pastor goes with the Roman. Down the court, he goes with Roman. He passes it to Sister Monica. Sister Monica is surrounded by defenders. Can she get it away? Can she get it away? She gets it to the first lady. The first lady passes it to Sister Glenzie, back to Ashley, to Sister Glenzie, to Sister Knott. Sister Knott is surrounded, and she passed to Sister Glenzie. She got surrounded, she passed it to the first lady, and she passed it to the pastor, to cousin Shirley. She passed it to Sister Glenzie. Sister Glenzie go between her leg behind her back, and she's surrounded. She's surrounded by the defenders, and she passes it to Sister Knott, back to Sister Glenzie, who passed it to Sister Monica, back to Ashley. Back to Sister Glenzie, who passes it to Sister Knott. Sister Knott is surrounded by the defenders as she spins around. She can't find nobody. Is she going to have to shoot it or what? They are hitting at her. They're swiping at her. Can she make it? Can she make it? The seconds are ticking on the clock. Is this a slam dunk, or will they take the ball from her? Is it a Roman? That is correct. It is a Roman. Paul was a Roman, and they found that out. They became afraid. Flying 360 slam on that one there. All right, way to leave out slamming. We'd like to thank you all for being a part of this basketball night of Bible basketball. Thank you to everyone who came out. Thank you to you all. We had a good game tonight. Really enjoyed you all heading, running up and down that court. And remember, as you go throughout, trust the process on your road to Damascus. Trust the process. Good one. Thank you, Ashley, my nurse, Ashley. Thank you for coming out and being with us tonight. Thank you to my cousin Shirley. God bless you. Thank you for being with us tonight. My beautiful wife, our first lady. Thank you for coming out and being with us tonight. My Sister Knott Kennedy, my classmate. Thank you for coming out and playing a little basketball with us tonight. Sister Lisa Jones, God bless you. You have a good night. Thank you for coming out and playing a little basketball with us. Thank you, Knott. God bless you. Thank you, Sister Glenzie. God bless you. Thank you for coming out and playing a little ball with us. Sister Monica, God bless you, Sister Monica, for coming out and being with us tonight. Amen. Thank you to you all. Thank you to Pastor White. God bless you. You continue to press on anyhow. On the road to Damascus, you might run into COVID-19. You might run into cancer. You might run into anything, but that's all right. You keep pressing your way down that road to Damascus. Thank you, Pastor, for coming out and playing with us tonight. I didn't think you would be here, my brother. God bless you. Thank you to you all. Thank you, First Lady. God bless you all. Thank you, Sister Glenzie. God bless you. Remember, trust the process and seek to keep God first. Have a good night.